Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by TireOutlet.com. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Anybody want to rock?
I do.
Anybody?
Right now.
When do you want to rock?
Now would be good.
All right, good. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to rock through a 10-minute drill here. Some of the headlines and highlights from the sports world. What's caught our eye. Dan, I tell you what's caught my eye. Yesterday, just for giggles, as we say.
That's not what they say.
Well, some do.
Okay.
Those with couth and manners, especially when on a radio broadcast, just say for giggles.
Kicks and giggles.
You can.
Okay.
Yeah. That's probably even a better one. But I'm going on, so I went on StubHub yesterday for the Jags and the Steelers, and it said tickets are going fast. I said, wow, boy, that must be bargain basement prices, man. I mean, I know the Jaguar Nation isn't completely fired up about their football team. And then I kind of noticed that Upper Deck's going for $150, and that leads me to one conclusion. I mean, we perhaps could be bracing for a black and gold Steelers invasion this weekend, which would just be salt in the wounds, wouldn't it?
I don't know how much more salt you can pour in the wounds, but yes, you are correct. It's going to be high. It's going to be a lot of black and gold in there. It's going to stink. And if if Jag fan is selling their tickets to Steeler fans, so be it. I don't know. There's nothing you can do to stop them. I wish we were 6-3 instead of 3-6 too, and we're not. So, and the final nail was last Sunday against the Colts. So there's not a lot of excitement. I know that my family's going to the game. I know that they're looking forward to it just because they're home again, which is cool. If you're a season ticket holder, I get it. But you got to do what you got to do. Some people, are looking at making some money back. I mean,
well,
it's an expensive. This is now the Jags. I don't want to get this wrong, but I think they are into this flex pricing world. If you're just buying tickets for particular games, in other words, if you're buying a ticket for the Patriots game or the Steelers game, you're spending more money for seat than you would spend if you're buying that ticket for Colts game. I think that's how it works.
I will say
but they're overall, again, if it's NFL standards, very affordable tickets.
I mean, I just remember the days where Jacksonville was the perfect vacation destination for the opposition's fans.
Yes, it's back.
Come down, you kick the Jags' butt, you play a little golf, you stay at the beach, you go home to Buffalo.
Yeah. Well, it's November, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be 70 degrees.
Nice. I will say this.
High on Sunday with a low of 49.
I will say this. This is giving me a little bit more peace. The tickets are coming down. The prices are coming down. Which tells me Steelers are done buying. Because Jacksonville, that's what jumped at me. If you're selling upper deck, my point I guess I was making, I didn't make well. If you're selling upper deck tickets for $150, I know who's not buying them. Jag fan. Jag fan is not. This is the secondary market. I'm not talking about they didn't buy him initially.
Yeah.
There's no Jag fan that's going to pay $150 for a football ticket right now. There's no way. There's not one.
Well, there's probably a few, but
there's not one.
If you want to go to the
deck, $150.
You want to go to the game, whatever, and you're thinking it's going to be a beautiful day, great football. The team's back. We haven't seen the Jags at home since when? Like once in the last 6 weeks, really.
It was the Texans.
Two
the
recently.
Schedule, in essence, when you look back on the schedule, it's like Florida. Three straight home games is not good either. Anyway. But yeah, I think their bottom line is I agree with you. It's going to be black and gold. Listen, NFL has egg on its face today, big time.
Remember, I asked you this yesterday.
Yeah, I'm surprised, and they couldn't save it. It was that bad. I blame Shakira and her twerking, but
I don't know.
She's not twerking.
I don't know.
What does she
hips
do?
don't lie.
She what?
Hips don't lie.
Well, her hips
she's not afraid to
whatever
twerk.
it was, that the shaking
If
from
Shakira's
Shakira
never twerked, then
maybe set off something in Mexico City, and they destroyed the field. And it is destroyed. I mean, it is just like slop. And I guess they couldn't save it.
Yeah, I guess the rest of the world doesn't love the NFL as much as the NFL thinks it does.
Well, I don't know. They'd be packed there, but it's a bad look. Shame on the NFL for not being prepared on this. Look, the Rams are in Colorado Springs training. They were at the Nuggets game last night. I mean, they now they're going back to L.A. The game's in L.A. now. They moved the game and it's a black eye on the international series. Quite honestly, it's not good. That's not good enough. That's unacceptable. Somebody's head is going to roll for that.
Well,
The
again,
Kira concert was 5 weeks ago. How can
5
you not
weeks?
fix? Yeah, how can you not fix a
Well,
field
there's
since
some-
well,
October
they've been
11?
doing other things, but yeah, they kind of blame Shakira.
Wait,
and
that's not her fault.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm not saying they blame her, but
Sure.
they blame the concert. But if it's 5 weeks ago, there's no reason why. Yeah,
I
they
get-
should have been down there. What did they just show up this week and get a call and go, "Hey, have you seen the field?"
No, they looked at it a couple of weeks ago and thought it was okay, and then they went back. Something has happened. That's
Yeah.
Shakira's not the last event there.
No.
There's nothing looks like that. If that's what happened,
They had a lot of rain.
No, I
too,
saw
right?
an aerial photo from whatever they had,
Yeah.
and there was like big muddy strips through the field, like it was trash.
Yeah,
well, they
it's
did.
trash.
Look, I suggested this yesterday. It's absolutely the right thing to do. I don't give a damn about Mexico City's football efforts because they don't. If they did, they wouldn't subject the field to unplayable conditions. So I don't care how many people were going to be there. The world doesn't give a rat's rear end because they put the NFL behind the swap meet and the soccer game and this concert. So yeah, good. By the way, this is a big deal for this reason, Dan. And again, this is just my perspective, my prediction, but if Kansas City plays the Rams in Mexico City, I think Kansas City wins. If Kansas City plays the Rams in Los Angeles, I think the Rams win.
Yeah,
So
it
that
might be.
could be a
At a
big
neutral field,
difference.
yeah, you had a neutral
so the
field.
Rams, I'm sure, are happy to have a home game back if you
Yeah.
ask them.
Yeah.
All right, we continue along. Dan, is this Jalen Ramsey just kind of being frustrated with the season gone wild? And sometimes when he tries to have fun on Twitter, it gets interpreted a certain way, and the people respond, and then he's no longer having fun. He goes into attack mode a little bit more. But you're the Twitter expert. Guide me through the last 72 hours of Jalen Ramsey's tweet fest.
I would, but I'm blocked, so I don't really know. Could you, Lauren? Could
Well,
you
the
read me the
first one
tweets?
was
You got it.
y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. Basically.
All right, that was Monday morning.
Yeah.
That's after
because someone dared say, "Gosh, you're just average this year,"
that
which
was
he has
a,
been.
that was a
Yeah, when
that-
I'm gone from here, y'all gonna miss me. I ain't even tripping. LOL.
That's a response
Then
to being frustrated because he didn't play particularly well, and he caught some hell on it probably on social media.
So then
he tweeted out the excerpt from the Mina Kimes interview that says Ramsey said he'd like to retire a Jaguar, and he put hashtag fact check.
Yeah, okay. No, the fact check is when you follow that up with a direct quote from yourself, that's the fact check. I mean, how stupid are people? Dude?
And then he tweeted out yesterday, every tweet ain't that deep. I hope y'all look into them Bible verses I post. Like, y'all try to dissect everything
yeah,
else.
and
Try
again,
in
and then
quotation
I pointed, while we're on the subject of Bible verses, I pointed Jalen to the book of James, which is full of verses about humility.
I'd like to examine 1 Peter today from chapter 3, verse 18. Christ died for sins once for all, the righteous for the unrighteous, to bring you to God. He was put to death in the body, but made alive by the Spirit.
Is that Jalen's current post?
No, it's just one. He said to look into the Bible verse, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to read a
Well,
Bible
again, I would
verse.
ask Jalen to turn to some of the chapters in the Bible in which Jesus didn't, dap when he changed the water into wine. Okay, so save me the biblical metaphors when you're, when you couldn't be further away from them.
Let's not all judge. Let's all
I'm not judging.
cheer on Jalen.
It's
and,
not a judge.
And
It's not
hope he,
judgmental at all.
hope he just relaxes a little bit and goes and plays football. And look, he's taking. Bottom line is Jalen's being a little bit, immature, and it's a tough business. You're going to get called out when you don't play particularly well, and he brought it on himself.
That's
the
what
one
happened.
thing he has to understand. He
That's
brought
the
it all
one
on himself.
And to be honest with you, I don't think we're pointing out enough. If he doesn't go on his Look at Me tour this summer, he's under the radar right now, Dan.
Yeah.
He is. But when you go on the Look at Me tour and, call this week's quarterback coming in okay, he's I-8, or you call former MVPs trash, or Super Bowl winners just okay, you look like a idiot when your team's 3-6.
A college football poll was released last night, Jeff. There were absolutely no changes in the top 10 for the first time ever.
Yes,
So
yeah.
because there were no changes, the only thing anybody could really do is look ahead to Notre Dame, Syracuse. What do you make of this? Do you think we'll have – the question is, do you think we will have 3 undefeateds when we've only had 3 undefeateds total in the first 4 years?
I don't think that USC is going to beat Notre Dame.
Okay.
I think Notre Dame should handle Syracuse, but this is what keeps – it seems like Notre Dame – it seems like their loss always comes to this team. It's like Boston College or Pitt or Navy, or it's just some Northeastern, you never saw it coming upset loss.
Okay.
I think Syracuse is the most overrated football team in the country at number 12. I don't think they're the 12th best team in the country, but they can score. So, can they stop Notre Dame? You want to talk about home away from home, there'll be a lot more Notre Dame fans at Yankee Stadium than Syracuse fans. So I think Notre Dame gets through Syracuse. Yeah, I do think they go into the playoff undefeated.
And Notre Dame, I said 3. You think the other 2 are slam dunks to be undefeated too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't you?
Yeah. But I play the odds. I don't think all 3 will be undefeated. But Alabama and Clemson to me especially looks like they got a cakewalk now.
Okay, Dan. Last things last.
USC is 5-5.
Yeah, they're terrible. Yeah. They're really, really not.
Hey, Baselli. You ripped me after the first Gator loss to Kentucky.
I won't ask you if this is the first of 4.
You just lost to Cal at home.
Yeah, they're not. I'm not going to ask you if this is the first of 4 straight manager of the years for Brian Snitker. Instead, I'm going to ask you about Le'Veon Bell, who, made it official.
Can I jump in, though, real quick? Congrats to Snitker. But the real untold story to me, and the thing I heard yesterday that stunned me, this cat Bob Melvin's won it 3 times.
Yeah.
You hear about I always remember Billy Donovan couldn't win SEC Coach of the Year, and he had 2 natties, and you're amazed that he finally won one after 16 years. But there's been great managers. Bob Melvin's won the damn thing 3 times. Yeah. It's amazing. Is he that good of a manager?
I think with 2 different teams, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I guess he is that good of a manager. Maybe it's time for a team that actually has some talent.
Is Bob Melvin a Hall of Famer?
No.
Well, he's manager of the year 3 times.
I don't think he's ever won a playoff series.
Okay.
No. He's manager of the year because he's the perfect Moneyball manager. He takes a pile of.
What teams does he manage, Chef Prosser?
Is there more than 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's the second one?
Is there more than 3?
No.
Houston, Seattle, Oakland?
No.
Houston, Oakland. Seattle, Oakland.
Seattle, Oakland.
Seattle, Oakland. All right. There's a 3rd team, huh?
Yeah. Wasn't he with the D-bags?
Yeah. 05 to 09.
That's longer than I thought he was there.
Yeah. So the D-backs and the Astros aren't the same franchise?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, not anymore. They split.
Anyway,
manager of the year talk.
I want to ask you quickly what you expect. My real question was Le'Veon Bell has decided that $15 million playing football is not worth $15 million for this year.
Yeah.
He takes a pass. I can't imagine this will end up at the end of the day leaving him with more net worth. But my question to you is, where do you think Le'Veon Bell winds up?
Where does he wind up?
Yeah, he certainly will play, and
I'll go with after the Jets fire Todd Bowles and maybe the GM. I think new front office looking to make splash. Signs Le'Veon Bell to pair him with Sam Darnold. I say he winds up with the New York Football Jets.
It's got to be one
That'll
of these.
That'll be my guess.
To me, it's got to be one of the dumb teams that way overpays him, right? The Bucks or the Jets or,
I'll just go with the Jets.
Like
I don't know. I have no idea to answer your question. But why not the Jets, I would say. I don't know. I'm very curious to see what the numbers are. Bell has said that the guarantee was a true guarantee was $17 million. Most people say it was more like $30 million, but I guess it was $17 up front. So.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. I pushed the football fix back from the 6 o'clock hour, and there's some interesting news and notes from.
I love news and notes
from the National Football League, including Jerry Jones perhaps sniffing around one of the top college coaches. Is it finally time for them to pull the trigger? So around the NFL as fast as we can. We'll also see what's trending. All ahead on a Freedom Boat Club Wednesday here on
right now, Danny, I need a number.
Yeah, we'll take caller number 2.
Caller number 2.
Yesterday was number 1. Today's number 2. Gang, tomorrow, if you're playing the odds, look for number 3 to be the number. But
caller number 2, Dan.
Caller number 2, what do they get, B?
At 641-1010, they're going to get a pair of tickets to go see Rudy in concert.
I like that.
With the Jacksonville Symphony at Daly's Place.
They're going to play the movie.
And the Symphony will do the score live.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
And then also they'll get a chance at the grand prize, which is a pair of tickets for Jags Steelers with admission for 2 to the game day tailgate experience, complete with food and beverage before the game.